Hey, welcome to Old Ass Movie Reviews. I'm Scott. There's Dave. Hey, going the right direction. All right. It's been a while since we've been around live for a pre-show.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Yes, I'm off the drugs, recovering from surgery, and been out and about and feeling much better.
I'm glad you added the recovering from surgery.
Yeah, I'm
off the drugs. I'm on the booze.
I'm on the
one step at a time.
I'm off the opium. Okay, all right. I've dialed it back.
Now I'm just doing cocaine.
I'm just going to put this out here. Thank God for the people who discovered that opium will take away pain. Because I had a brutal few days, and I don't think I would have made it without some serious pain pills. But
hey, I can get it, man.
Fuck, I love it, and I see why people become addicted. So it's
very easy.
Anyway, yeah. All things aside, I'm healthy. I'm good. I won't be running anytime soon, but hey,
right? Well, you know what? One step at a time.
One step at a time. Exactly. Today we are actually reviewing the 50s version of the BLOB with Steve McQueen. So please stick around for that. And while I was off for the past week and a half or so from work, I did get a chance to watch the new Sopranos Pre-quel. And
how'd you like it?
I didn't.
No,
I didn't. I think it was a waste of time. Now, I can say some really good things about it. They cast since it's a prequel, they had to find young versions of established characters, and it was incredibly cast. It was well cast as these people, and of course, young Tony Soprano was no other than Gandolfini's real son. So
that's his real son.
That's his real son. That's why he looks so much like Tony. So you get a backstory with this movie, but it's on the backdrop of race riots and everything else that might have been going on in Newark. I honestly didn't do much research, but it was, if you're a fan of Sopranos, which I was, I tried to watch again after watching this, and it's like, man, these are some unlikable motherfuckers. Fuck them. You know, if I want to see miserable fucks, I'll go to work. That's all so it's, when you see people who do shit on their own and their own doing and shit, they're really hard to get behind. I will say an interesting casting choice as Tony Soprano's dad in the prequel was John Bernthal, the Punisher.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was good. But the casting was great in this. But I honestly, I give it a pass. Don't even bother. Just hold on to your memories of when you watched The Sopranos the first time that it was good. And to me, it doesn't hold up. Haters, bring it, please. Because if I get some hate mail, at least we've gotten one email. And that'll take.
We've gotten a couple emails. They're all like porn sites. You said that.
I know. It's all Chinese spam and Russian farm bots or whatever. But hey, I
can't speak for The Sopranos. I never watched the series when it was on. Where I worked in Jersey, if you stood like just out in the parking lot behind the building and doing stuff outside working, you'd look up and you could see the club Bada Bing, but it was, I forgot the name of the real strip club. But when they were filming, that sign went up. It was pretty funny. And I had no idea. And somebody's like, well, it's a strip club. You want to go over there? I'm like, no, I don't. Why would you ask me that?
It's a strip club. It's always empty on the show.
Yeah. How does he make money?
Sanitation. Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's probably not a bad. You know what? You could probably run the sanitation department honestly and still make money because everybody's got trash anyway.
Yes, that's right. You're always going to have trash.
You don't even have to, you don't even use muscle.
The other thing that I got caught up over, I watched both complete seasons, and I beg you, just watch. David, this is to you. I beg you, and I beg our listeners, watch one episode of Ted Lasso on Apple TV. And if you don't like it, fine. But if you do like it, I guarantee you're going to binge the whole damn thing because it's heartfelt. It's great drama. It's funny. It's awesome.
Well, I got a new phone and I got the free 3 months subscription.
So which phone did you get?
big expensive one. Got more.
I knew you were gonna know.
Weighs 5 pounds. I don't know. It's a big fucking phone, dude. It's got like 3 lenses on it.
Okay, so
I don't know what any of the
probably
lenses.
The 12 Pro. You know. Okay.
Probably. I don't know. It's big. My other phone was tiny and could fit in my back pocket.
I know.
This thing I'm trying to put in my back pocket, it's like ripping the jeans. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, you had texted me that you got a new phone. I'm like, and you were having all kinds of trouble. And it's like, you know what? I couldn't be left out. So I now have the brand new one, the 13 on pre-order for when it releases.
Yeah.
God damn it, Dave got a new phone. I'm getting one too.
The cool thing is I got this nifty cover.
Oh, I like that with this. Yeah.
And I was talking, it's funny because I was talking to the boss. I said, I don't know why the hell somebody doesn't create a fucking cover.
That's a great cover.
That can not only protect your lens. See, I got like 3 lenses. I don't.
Yeah.
If anybody knows what those 3 lenses do, let me know.
That takes great pictures. Go outside at night tonight and take a picture. You'll shit.
Of what?
Anything. Just you'll shit at how it does at night.
What am I going to take a picture of at night?
A dog turd. I don't know. It won't be. That's just it. It won't be dark.
Really?
It will blow your mind.
Is this the one that can take pictures of the moon? The moon.
Yes, it can. It does.
And I don't mean just a big white blur. I mean,
no. It'll get a little more detail. It's an excellent fucking camera.
But I like
the case.
It's heavy. Like I could hit somebody in self-defense and knock them the hell out. I don't know what. It's a phone. Anyway, to go back to
yes.
I get distracted easy. I'm like a puppy. I got the phone. I got Apple TV for 3 months, and I went on. I'm like, everybody's talking about this. Let me go check this thing out. See how much good everything you have to fucking rent or buy. There's like 3 things on there for free or whatever. And I'm like, this sucks.
There's a lot. They actually have a lot of original content, but that's the only thing. And I've bought so many Apple products. I haven't paid for Apple TV in a while. And
you keep buying apples, so they just keep
they don't. And so it doesn't matter. And even if you did, but the only things I've watched on it has been Ted Lasso.
Right.
I haven't watched anything else. I haven't found anything else that was, there was, I thought something else, but no, I think it may be Ted Lasso, maybe the only thing I've ever watched on it. It's doesn't have a lot there, yet.
Nothing there.
Yet. They are developing a lot of things, but they're pretty new. So that's why it's only $6 a month,
right?
Or free. So while you have it free.
Do you do the gaming thing? They gave me the gaming thing for free. And I'm like, I don't even play video games. Why?
I'm a huge gamer. So I will, let's see.
The only game I ever liked was the little tic-tac. I had a flip phone. It had like a little tic-tac-toe or you have to line up the 9 dots or whatever. I like that game. I'd sit there. Did you play that for a few minutes and then go, okay, I'm bored.
There's some time wasters on that. It's Apple Arcade. They're trying to get people to. What Apple Arcade is trying to do is do what Microsoft does. Microsoft has a thing called Game Pass, which they call the Netflix of gaming. And if you're a gamer, $15 a month gives you on your computer or your Xbox all multiplayer access and 200 plus games. And we're talking AAA, brand new titles, day of release. Without having to pay $60.
If you're a gamer, I could see that. If you're a big gamer, I could do.
I save a lot of money. I wait till Black Friday and I buy 1 to 2 years worth of Game Pass at about half price every Black Friday. So I keep stacking. That way I never have to worry about it. It's like, oh, what am I going to play? Oh, a brand new game came out. It doesn't cost me a damn thing. And that's kind of what Apple Arcade's trying to do. But it's a lot of small games, a lot of shovelware, as they call it. There are a few. They made a brand. If any gamers out there, they'll understand this. They made a new Castlevania game that was only for Apple TV. And I cannot remember the guy's name. Sakaguchi or Sagu. God forbid. I can never pronounce a Japanese name, but the original creator of the Final Fantasy series, they contracted his company Mistwalker to do a game, so it's on there, and I'm a fan of those games. But here's the thing: I can't bring myself to play on my phone, or I have so many gaming consoles, or on the computer. I just don't feel like firing it up. There's
Right.
not enough there. So those are both services: the Apple TV, the Apple Arcade. Now I have it all kind of rolled into one right now because I also pay for extra cloud storage. And if you do it all
okay.
under one price, it's actually much cheaper. So
Right. Sorry,
it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, that's honestly, there's not a lot on there. They've obviously got some deal with Tom Hanks because there's so many Tom Hanks movies that he's made for Apple. So go figure. But
just go away, Tom Hanks. Move back to Greece and stay there.
Hey, man, tell me how you really feel. Or don't. Depends on which way you want to take the podcast today.
David is trying to be nicer.
Okay. All right. So
David's
we will move
trying
on
to be
to
a lot nicer. I've noticed myself, like the podcasts that I listen to and the guys that I watch on YouTube, they're all very nice, sweet guys. I mean, at least on their podcast. I mean, they may be bastards in real life, but in the podcast, they come across as very swell guys. Yeah. On this podcast, I come across as an asshole.
But that's your charm. That's your charm because David, you
are
really
an
nice
asshole. Guy, but I'm an asshole.
I understand that completely.
I'm just like, I was like, you know what? I got to make a conscious decision not to attack Tom Hanks, not to attack Kathleen Kennedy, not to attack the idiots that are in charge of Star Wars, anybody who's ruined Star Trek for the last 15, 20 years. I'm trying to just let it go, man.
I will say this. This pre-show is all over the fucking place, which is okay. I am a fan of Discovery and I am a fan of Picard. I think they are both excellent, well done shows. Sorry. But have you watched them?
I can't.
Okay.
I can't. I just can't. I cannot bring. I've talked to too many people who have seen them and just are like, no. Okay. And too many people that I know, other than you're like the first guy that I've listened to.
I fucking love Discovery and I love Picard.
Yeah.
How
about Lower Decks?
Haven't watched. Can't bring myself to watch.
See? That's how I feel about the rest of them.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. I don't see these hidden messages that people keep screaming about in Picard and Discovery, so I continue to enjoy them.
I don't. For me, it's not so much about hidden messages. It's about I've just heard they're kind of like this last Doctor Who. They're just. I don't know if that's hidden message or just bad acting and bad storytelling and bad whatever.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I could see.
That's what I've heard. Everybody's biggest complaint is that. This
last season of Discovery, they've tried too fucking hard to push something, and the minute they did, it like breaks that wall, and it's like, you motherfuckers, that was some shitty writing. Thankfully, it was only 1 or 2 episodes, and then it course corrected and got back with William Frakes directing, trying to bring more of the real Star Trek feel into it.
Oh, good.
Picard was really good. I like Discovery regardless, and I get why people wouldn't. I still can't bring myself to finish the last season of Doctor Who. So
I couldn't finish the first season of Doctor Who. Yeah. I tried.
You're talking with the latest Doctor, yes.
Yeah, on your advice, I tried to go back and watch it. I tried to force my way through that first season, and I cannot.
I bet I couldn't now either. Because of the way I look at things are a lot different.
And I liked her. I like her as an actor. But I think she was given poor direction.
Absolutely.
I think she was given really bad scripts, terrible scripts. And she feels like a female version of David Tennant to me. Like those are the good things. Those are the goodest things that I can say about this series.
Well, I mean, if you're coming into
all the other stuff,
if you're coming into this role.
But that's
say if I'm blessed enough to have an agent call and say, hey, you being a Yank, you're still being considered for Doctor Who.
You're the new Doctor.
Who am I looking at? I'm going to Tennant. I'm going to look at Matt Smith and Tennant and Eccleston. And I'm going to look at the old Doctors. In fact, I'm actually going to look at every fucking Doctor and try and see what piece comes.
I've watched the first 7 Doctors. I've watched all the way up until this last Doctor.
But I get why
I would go back and rewatch the entire run, and I would be taking up. For me, then it would be homework. Now, which Doctor do I like the most? I like the 4th Doctor. But there's a lot of the third Doctor that I like too.
It may have been she's just given direction to who is, because Tennant is incredibly popular.
Yeah.
And he plays it incredibly well. Mm-hmm. And it does show. It does. She came across as David Tennant. Yeah. And it's not a bad thing, but it's not.
But it's been done.
She could be done better.
It was done, and it was done. If you're going to do that or almost imitate or impersonate or pay homage to that character, I think there has to be a little bit more time spent. Like if somebody threw on a big scarf now, everybody would look at that and go, "Oh, that's cool. It's a callback to the original Doctor or the fourth Doctor. That's kind of cool."
Yes.
You know, if the guy started wearing the blue ring, the big blue gem ring that the first Doctor wore,
on their jacket, or,
yes, something like that, everybody would be going, "Oh, yeah, okay, that's just a callback."
Yeah.
But she just, I think it was just bad directing. I think people gave her bad advice and she listened. It's not her fault. I mean, if you're and you have to be a Doctor Who fan to some extent, even if, like you said, you're not a fan. Go watch the Doctors. Go watch some of the old episodes. Go watch some of the middle episodes. Go watch the new episodes, the newest ones.
Go read what people are talking about, what they like about it, because here's the problem. Well, we really went off on somewhere I didn't think we'd go.
I know. Good. We're not going to do a 30-minute intro.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. It comes down to something that gets highlighted a lot, and because we can devote a whole show to cancel culture, and that's not my intention. But I think there is such a thing as a toxic fan base. To an extent.
To an extent, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was because I think people get too, or actually corporations get too, I don't know. They seem bent easily by vocal minorities on the web.
I wouldn't say, what you would call that toxic fan base, I would call that toxic Twitter base. Not necessarily true fans.
Right.
People who just want something to complain about, kind of watch the show every once in a while. And they fall back on, well, we're praising this because we have an ideology that follows that. Well, that's not what any show should be. Your show should just be a good show.
Exactly.
Some people are going to like it. Some people are going to dislike it. Just write a good show.
I stand by that there's still a toxic fan base, and I only come from because the gaming community is so full of toxic incel little bastards in their basements. Some misogynistic little fucks that make the whole fan base look bad. So it's.
You ever go to a gaming convention?
I should. With a bat.
No, you shouldn't.
With a bat.
Let me tell you something about
I've gamed all my life, and I hate these fucking gamers.
Let me tell you something about gaming conventions. And now we're going to get hate mail for this.
Please, yes.
But I don't even care. We were at a convention one time, me, my wife, my friends, and we're walking, and we're like, okay, we're getting stuff to eat, and hey, they got the gaming room downstairs. Some of them were role play games like Dungeons and Dragons. Some of them were actual arcade type games, video games, whatever, like World of Warcraft type stuff. And they had it on a lower floor. And as we're going down, the stench, the stink, the smell was so bad. We walked, we got
Doritos in desperation.
And this was a huge section of nothing but gaming. We all, in a group, there's probably about 8 of us, maybe 8 to 10 of us. We all looked at each other, went to the other escalator that went back up, and we got back on and we were all looking at each other. Jesus Christ, the smell is horrible. That was my thing of a gaming convention.
Yeah.
No, maybe it was just where they had this thing, but that was my idea, and that's why I was like, I'll never be a gamer.
Yeah, well, I don't do a lot of board games. I recently hooked up with friends that I played D&D with in the 90s, and we started again on using Discord.
That's cool. That's cool.
And it's actually pretty cool. It's like I am still can't believe I used to spend 6 to 10 hours, playing this. Now I'm older, and a few hours on a Friday night's about all I can take. But it's really cool to be able to do it. They're in South Carolina. I'm here, and
you'll never level up with that kind of thought, Scott.
Well, you know what? That's okay.
Your dwarf needs that battle axe. Go get it.
It's the +1 battle axe.
+1 pick
of maiming. It's Splinter Skulls.
Splintery Skulls.
God damn it. Oh, anyway, yeah. But so, no, I think you're right. And I do want to do this in a future show. I do want to talk about cancel culture, because
I think we should just do it like an entire show, like pick out shows and episodes of things that got hit hard with stuff like that.
That's a great idea.
A good idea.
That's a really good idea, because there's a lot there. There's man, we will be able to talk a whole fucking show about it.
We'll get all this anxiety. I'll light some candles. I'll just let all.
Yeah, because I mean, it truly exists, and I used to be in the camp that it's all bullshit. But I started watching and started reading, and like I said, we could do a whole fucking show of it. And I see it happen on a daily basis on that cesspool called Twitter that I love so much.
I'm not on Twitter. I refuse to go on Twitter. I thought about it one time, and I was like, you know what? No, I don't need that in my life. I don't need that kind of. I got off of Facebook because of all the negativity, and I was falling into it. I was literally falling into that. I said, no, I cannot do this anymore. I'm not even going to try.
No,
my family has my phone number. Anybody I want to talk to has my phone number.
Yeah,
you can text me.
Here's the thing with Twitter. I just felt I had more control over who I could interact with, and I could block much easier and much harder with a heavier fist. So I don't see any bullshit I don't want to see, and if I do, it's only for a split second. So, but it is a toxic cesspool, and like we'll get into it because I think social media definitely is intertwined with the entertainment industry and the way we view things today and see things. And
to bring this around real quick, this comes up to the movie you just watched, the Angels of Newark. What was the name of that?
Saints of Newark.
Saints of Newark. I've heard a lot of people talk, great, this is the greatest thing. Oh my God, it's wonderful. And that's the opposite. I've not heard anybody that I respect, like you, other than you, say that it's actually bad. Like it's all the Twitter people that are going, no, this is the most wonderful thing in the world.
No, it's not.
And you never said that it was bad. You just said it's like, it's just not the good. It's not what they were making it out to be.
Oh my God, it was the casting is fucking phenomenal. The sets are the acting is insane. What Vera Farmiga, or I cannot pronounce her name, how she portrays Tony Soprano's mother, that I think it was Nancy Mershon did in the actual series. Holy fuck, she is a dead ringer. And so seeing that level of acting from not just her, but so many who just brought characters that if you watched the series, you knew you had no problem believing that was them. And it's like, wow.
Well, that's cool.
Well done. Story-wise, though, I think it was completely unnecessary, and it was a way to get a paycheck. And hey, if you enjoyed it, fine. I really didn't care for the movie at all. So I say,
but what I'm trying to say is I think forget about it. I think that's the opposite of cancel culture. Because that Twitter can also be a bad thing, a good thing for movies that are bad. Like everybody that praised the last Avengers movie and said how great it was. It's a horrible movie. It's a lot of action. It's a lot of fun. But it's a horrible ride. It's a horrible movie. Yeah, it's a great thrill ride, man. It's a great roller coaster ride. But once you sit back and start thinking about it, and I came out of that movie I don't know how many times, like watching it, and then you'd be like, wait, no, what? Yeah. So, but that is another version of, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And you get the opposite version of a really good movie that people just hammer because they don't like the actor, they don't like the actress. Yeah. The director once said something bad about a puppy.
Well, and I got to throw this in because I will not remember this when we do our cancel culture show. I was talking with Janine last night. It's like, there are certain actors or musicians that I can't give the time of day, period. Right. If they're on the screen or on my radio, I change the station or it's off, because at some point I've run across something so heinous or so horrible that they've said that I can't deal with that. And I don't want that image in my head. But there are others.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
There are others I have no problem, and I'm just going to throw out an example. I think Mel Gibson is fucking nuts, but I would love to work with the man, and I will watch his shit. Yeah. I may not agree with everything Clint Eastwood says, but I would work with him. John Voight. I am not a fan of John Voight, but I think he's a good actor. Yeah. I will watch John Voight. But
so far, I've agreed with everybody you've said.
There's people that will cross a line, and it's like, I don't want to hear your shit.
The little Irish punk that redid, was it Total Recall? No.
Colin Farrell. Is it Colin Farrell?
I hate that guy.
Okay.
I cannot watch even his old stuff. If he's in it, I just can't bring myself to watch it.
I get it. And that's definitely something for us to bring in.
He's one of those guys, he complained about something that he had no right to complain about. And it's like, really? You?
Yeah.
Shut up.
It becomes a point where, because people say, well, you have to be able to separate politics from entertainment. No, you don't.
No, if they're not going to do it, then I don't have to do it.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. Now,
and you don't have to do it.
Sometimes we may not agree. I may not agree with actors' political bent, but if they're not a fucking douchebag,
right,
I'm good.
If they just have a different opinion, that's fine. Yeah. But if you try to hammer that opinion and then make all of your acting choices based on that opinion, it's like it's cancel culture. We can go forever. It's the whole thing. It's like when all these actors come out and talk about gun control, and it's like, asshole, your entire career is based on shooting people in movies and killing bad guys with guns, or being the bad guy killing everybody with a gun. Shut up.
It does, they're like, well, it was just a movie. Yeah, but you promoted violence.
Yeah, but you were yeah, exactly.
And I don't have a problem with promoting the violence, but don't be a fucking hypocrite.
You weren't doing Little House on the Prairie movies, dude. You were doing, gangbanging movies. Yeah.
So we've rambled enough. This is fodder for
feel free to edit.
Oh no, we'll roll with this. I do want to just let our listeners know we are going to do probably a straight cancel culture episode, and we'll just talk about a few things that the actors that it hit, the shows that it hit, the shows that it saved. Not so much cancel culture, but
like the opposite,
Yeah, there's a lot there, so that will be coming up. So now, this is such a fun movie, The Blob.
Blob. It was fun, but
it's got issues.
But I would watch it again.
I would too. I absolutely would. In fact, I almost watched the 1988 version the other night. It's like, no?
Because it looks like a direct. It looks like a direct sequel to this one.
See, I can't remember because I saw it in the theaters when it came out, and that was it.
Right.
So.
Right. Or the 1971, I think, is a direct sequel to this one. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there is a sequel to The Blob, and I think the one in the 80s was a remake. So without further ado, we give you The Blob, and thanks for tuning in. Hey, welcome to our review of 1958's The Blob, starring the one and only Steve McQueen, and I don't know who else. But a blob of gelatinous red goo. I'm just going to start by saying this is a bad movie, but I loved every second of it.
Yeah. I want to mention one thing. And we talked, you just said it. Steve McQueen. I'm looking at him and going, dude, he does not look like a teenager. I wound up looking up how old he was. He was 28 years old when he played.
See, I thought he was 30. It's like he looks at least 30 there.
Well, that's what I told Kat. I said, he looks like he's got to be at least 30.
Yeah.
28 years old when he played the part of a 18-year-old teenage kid.
He got paid $3,000.
Yeah. Well,
which
no.
was great then.
No. He took, where I looked, he took $10,000.
Oh, okay.
And no residuals because everybody thought the movie was going to flop because he had to pay his rent. Maybe it was a different amount of money, but
basically, that's what I get from Wikipedia.
Basically, he got paid, but he didn't get paid what if anybody went back in time and said, "No, dude, take the residuals. You're gonna 10%. Just take 10% of this, dude. You're gonna love it."
Oh, he would have loved it.
He would have made $400,000 back in 1958. He'd have been a millionaire. Millionaire out of his first fucking movie. Yeah. But we'll do that. Well, that's just 28 years old playing a teenager.
And he wasn't the only one.
They almost all look like they were in their mid.
And this made me think, you and I need to get together and we need to do a movie, and we're going to set it in high school, and you and I are going to play teenagers. We're in our 50s. It'll work. It's perfectly fine.
We might as well.
We'll have younger teachers.
Didn't they have the didn't Amazon do that with Chad? Is that the name? Chad?
Oh, I don't know.
Was I some 30-year-old girl playing a 12-year-old boy or some shit? I guess it failed miserably. Like, people are like, this is really disturbing.
Well, it's like that Drew Barrymore movie where she goes back to high school, and she's obviously not a teenager anymore.
But what high school boy wouldn't have been hitting on her? Come on, let's be honest. It's cute little Drew Barrymore. Come on. Yeah. She's adorable, even today.
Yeah.
But here's what I really wanted to hit on. I have notes. I actually made
good
notes today.
Holy crap, that's a lot of notes.
Well, I decided to try and not screw everybody's name up like I normally do. Like when I'm sitting there saying, oh, and this guy and this guy, what the guy's name, I don't know. But I'm trying to avoid that. This movie, though, it starts out with this asteroid hitting the planet, or not asteroid, a meteorite hits the planet, while Steve McQueen, 30-year-old teenage, 18-year-old Steve McQueen, is trying to make out with this chick that doesn't like being called Honey Baby or something like that.
Janie, or was it Janie?
Janie Girl or Janie Baby.
Janie Baby or whatever.
And anyway, just Jane. Really? I'm
30 now. It's just Jane.
Just Jane. So they see the thing land. They go out because he sees it. He's like, let's go see what it is. And she's like, oh, okay, let's go. But before they get there, this little old man had seen it land too.
Which I thought when the little old man ran out in front of the road, it was a kid at first. It's like, what? Because they were like screaming, ah!
Yeah.
Sorry.
He did good. Ah!
Yeah, it's like, what? Okay, real quick before I'm gonna let you finish, but
Go ahead.
Holy crap, the lighting was atrocious in this movie.
Yeah, it was bad.
I didn't know if it was day, night. They just fucking filmed it.
I think it was supposed to be all at night.
Yeah,
but some of the lighting was really bad. Yeah, there's a lot of things bad about this movie. But like you said, it's such a good. It is one of the movies that is such a bad movie. It's a good movie again. The acting's not that great. Even Steve McQueen, who was
horrible in it.
He was 100 times better than the rest of the actors.
Yes,
even he was bad.
Yeah.
He was just bad. But the thing about this particular movie, for me, is I started thinking about all the old movies that not only have we watched over the year, or a little over a year now on this podcast, but all the old movies that I've ever watched. This is the first movie where an alien species has landed on the Earth, and it's not trying to conquer. It hasn't come up with an ultimatum. In this movie, 1958, it was the height of the commies in the house, Red Scare. Yeah. There was none of that in this movie.
No.
It was just this thing that landed on Earth and just started eating people. You don't even know if it was mean. You don't know if it could think. You don't know if you could have ever communicated with it, or if it was just some kind of like a virus or like a little, what are they, things in germs, whatever those are, microscopic things. Yeah. Anyway, if it was something like that, it was just, see, I always fuck up. I should have wrote the word down. But
oh Lord.
But like, you don't know what this thing is, and they never explain it.
No.
And it's the only movie that I'm aware of that is like that.
Yeah. And, watching this reminded me of the first Creep Show, where Stephen King goes out to a meteor that had crashed. He's kind of an old farmer, and it's like, oh my God, I never realized how much they stole this from the Blob. Yeah. He touches it and starts getting a moss starts growing on him, and then he turns into this, and it's like,
oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I haven't seen Creep Show in a long time.
It's been a long time. There's some good stories in that.
Yeah. That's good. But
Yeah, so the acting is bad in here. Now, here's something I really have to call out. Whoever it was who played the little old lady who was supposed to take care of the doctor's place as the winner of the worst overacting or the best overacting ever.
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
Holy shit. I just wanted this woman to get off the screen. She annoyed me so much with that. It's like, what is going on here? Where is the director? Was he taking a piss while they just filmed the scene or what? Because it was like, oh my God. It was already bad, but no, let's make it even worse. And then what's her name? Janie. Oh, the puppy, the dog. Bitch, you let it get out of the car.
At least I was happy that they didn't kill the puppy. I forgot that they killed that dog 5 times.
I thought so too. And I swear that dog changed a couple times.
I think it did. I think
it was not the same dog.
It was a different breed dog.
It did change breeds. I swear to God. It's like, thank you for seeing that, because I was like, that ain't the same dog.
No, it's not. I wrote notes, so I'm going to read them. The Blob was 1958, like we said.
Yeah.
And Anita Corso was Jane. Was her first movie. It was also Steve McQueen's, I think, first starring role or first big movie. Earl Rowe, Lieutenant Dave. That guy's a character actor that we've seen in other movies that we've done. I know we've seen him. Olin Howland was a name. When I saw it come up on screen, I was like, I know that name. It's another guy. That was the little old man who gets the blob on his arm.
The one who was just going to town on his pain in the car and being brought in. I was like, oh my God, will you shut up? Somebody knock him over the
head. And somebody named Stephen Chase was the doctor. Holland that gets taken out with his nurse.
Oh, the nurse was another one. Oh my God.
He wasn't very bright. Really, dude, there's a window. There's 2 big windows directly behind you, nurse. Throw something through it and crawl your ass through. You're going to get cut. Guess what? Better than being devoured by a damn blob.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me.
And here's the thing. This movie, and I know it's been remade, and I've seen the remake, but I don't remember it. And from
1988,
I think, 30 years later. And I thought it was good then, but I don't know. I'm going to have to go watch it now.
I'm going to have to, after I saw that, because I looked up, like, I knew there was, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. This is one of those movies that could be done really well.
Especially with today's tech.
Yeah, there is something scary about this gelatinous mass that just goes, and
it devours.
Just devours. One of the things I was watching on HBO, Doom Patrol, and one of the characters, she can turn into whatever. She's like jelly. She stretches, and there's a scene where she's going down the street as a blob, and it's just like the Blob, and it's so funny, and it's like because the show's a comedy, but it reminded me of that. But there's something that's inherent that could be very scary with this movie. This could be done as a very serious, scary movie, and I have a feeling they kind of approached it that way.
Yeah,
but they didn't have somebody to say this isn't good.
Yeah. Well, back then, I mean, really, that was a B flick. They were just churning this thing out.
Yeah, they were. The effects were good for the time. I mean, it worked well.
The effects were really good. The Blob effect was really.
There was a lot of miniatures used, a lot of superimposing, and it worked
won
really
some
well.
Awards.
It probably did.
I think it did. I want to say I read somewhere where it actually one had won a couple of awards. I don't know what they were, who gave them to them, but did pretty good. That I could see where this could be a really creepy movie. Like you could take the basic premise, beef it up a bit, and just scare the shit out of people. Like in the original Alien movie, you can make it like really creepy. Yeah. In 1972, they did another. I wrote down the title, and I remember this movie very well. Beware the Blob. 1972. I don't know whether it was a theatrical release or not, but I remember seeing it on TV. And that one was kind of, if I remember correctly, if I'm getting my Blob movies right.
Get your blobs in a row, Dave.
That one kind of creeped you out a little bit. because there's people, just getting those things just hitting them in the face and they're going down quickly. But that seems like they were trying to make it kind of a scary movie. It's somewhere under comedies, and I was like, but then again, I was a very, very little kid when I saw it, so I don't remember.
Well, I watched this with Janine last night because she said she remembers seeing it as a kid in the theater and with her brother, and they thought it was really scary and everything. And she's like, oh, "That sure as fuck wasn't what I watched."
That's not what I remember.
It's a lot tamer now.
Yeah, compared to what it was when you were.
But as a kid, this would be a fun flick. This would be a great Saturday matinee. It's like, oh my god! Yeah. Did you know, before I forget, that there is a Blob Fest every year? In some place in Pennsylvania where they filmed this, and they talk about the little town a little bit. Yeah, one of the things that they do at this festival every year is they recreate the scene at the movie theater with everybody running out, which is great. It's great. I want to be the lady that falls and gets trampled.
Yeah, the one who falls down takes a facer.
Yes.
Oh my god. What's funny about that is did you notice when everybody's running out of the theater, they're all laughing and smiling?
Yes.
There's a couple that were trying to do the act like, but most of them were laughing and smiling. I'm like, guys, you're going to have to reshoot that. Oh, no, there's not enough film in the can? Okay.
Oh, well, we're going to go with it. Yeah.
I guess we're we're going with that.
I don't think there was a lot of reshoots of anything. I think there were first takes on a lot of shit here. Yes, let's go. We got
to get this under budget. I get a bonus if we get under budget.
And filming on film, even today, is incredibly expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So every second counts if you're not doing digital.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I think they went with a lot of first takes.
Well, even that one guy that was filming us in the, am I allowed to talk about that?
On what?
The Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It'll probably never be seen, but that's okay.
We'll see. I'd like to. Dave and I, for our listeners, took part in. If you haven't seen us, I need to go to our YouTube channel or scottallenwarner.com, and you will find the Donny Jones videos where Dave and I play a couple of characters who investigate things like ghosts and stuff. And conspiracies and the Chinese and we were invited to to reprise our roles as Donny and Skeeter in a short called Skunk Ape. And the Skunk Ape is a Florida version of Bigfoot, just to make a quick answer to that. Only shorter. Yeah. So anyway, that's what Dave is referring to.
I just wasn't if we were allowed to talk about
I don't know where you were going with it. Yeah, we can talk about that.
Shit, I forgot where I was going.
I was talking about I was thinking about single takes.
Oh, certainly. I'm like, yes, we are splendid actors. We are so good at the forgot what I was talking about script. But I remember the one guy with that was shooting it was talking about how whatever digital camera he had to think about it like film because of the, I don't know if it was the memory or the type of memory or the storage.
Yeah, because he was shooting in such a raw format that the files were huge. So he had to treat it that way. When you and I shoot these little Donny Jones things, I'm using an SD card that I could film for 13 hours straight. I don't give a fuck. We're doing whatever. But I have that luck.
Quality is nothing.
That's not the top of the list. I want something entertaining. I don't care.
We want funny and entertaining. And folks, entertaining. If you like just stupid, seriously, if you just like something silly and stupid, Scott, I guess you'll put the link.
I will put the link to all the Donny Jones videos in the notes.
Yeah,
absolutely. So please go check them out.
They're so silly. They're so silly. And we're going to do more. We just as we were getting ready to do some more, the Wuhan virus hit. And guess what?
And Donny and Skeeter will investigate that.
We're separated by a screen.
Yeah. I think we've only seen each other face to face once in the past year and a half.
Yeah, it was at the Skunk Gate thing, right?
Yes, exactly. So the wonders of technology allow us to do this. Good
people on that, though. They did a really good makeup job on that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So be on the lookout for the Skunk Gate, which will be coming eventually. I don't have any other details other than that.
Right. It was fun.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But I just remember the guy with the camera was talking about how he had to treat his camera like it was film.
Yeah.
Because somebody wanted him to do this, this, and this. And he's like, no, that's not how we're going to do it today. No. He was very nice about it, but it was like very like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen today.
And that's how it's getting as we go in from 4K and now they're moving up to 8K. And it's like, come on, there's not even 8K TVs out there. So
you don't need that much detail on anything, folks. I'm sorry.
Here's what I'm going to say about that. This is one of the problems with watching these old sci-fi movies or horror movies now today. I watched on HBO. So it was coming out at, I believe it was probably 4K on my TV. So it was up-resed quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
It was very clear. And what it does is it makes the old effects look even worse.
Right.
It comes a point where now all of a sudden, when you were watching an old movie on VHS, you couldn't see wires. You couldn't see any of that because the quality was low. It was grainy. When they clean these things up, it looks bad.
They never drop any of the lines, any of the wire work or anything.
No, they just clean it up and boom, and now all of a sudden you see it. It's like, holy shit.
It really kind of sucks whenever they do that. But that's why on my TV, Kat and I forgot what the heck we were watching, but we put a movie in. It was when we first got the TV, and it was like, bang, in your face. And I was just like, oh my God. And her and I were looking at each other like, I can't watch this.
Right. It's not right. Yeah.
So I went in and I probably take me 3 hours to adjust the television now, but I went in and I made some adjustments and brought that clear shit right down. I was like, I cannot watch a TV on super high res def 4K.
Well,
my short television. I just can't do it.
Probably what you were seeing is a lot of the movies ship set at a high frame rate. Like sometimes 60 frames a second. Movies are 24.
Right.
So when you see it at that, it doesn't look right at all. And they default that way for whatever reason because whatever, I don't
remember what I set it on, but I was like, oh, can't do it.
Yeah, I had to turn it off on mine too. I went to my parents' house and about started screaming when they watched the movie because it wasn't right. It's like, what is this shit? It looks like it's filmed with a home video camera.
Yeah.
It's like, what? This is too clear. This isn't a movie. Things are moving too smoothly.
Yeah, it's like you could step into it, like you could touch it. It's like I don't want that. I don't want that. Sorry. If I had a fish tank scene, maybe, but that's it.
Exactly.
Hear the cat talking. Cat's giving his opinion.
That's right.
But I like, for whatever reason, I thought that they got, whenever now that we're off of our tangent like we normally go into, I'm going to bring us back to the movie.
Yeah. We watched the movie. Yes. It was the BLOB, 1958.
BLOB, 1958. Which, again, bad acting. Script could have been better. Don't really know what you could have done with it back in 1958.
Chop. This movie has got so many scenes that are pointless. So much dialogue that is pointless. Now, if I went in and edit, I like to edit fast. I like to have things move. That's me. And unfortunately, that makes a fast movie, a short movie.
Right.
I would have the BLOB for me, if I'd edited, probably 30 minutes. So it's like, oh my God, this has got to go. Worthless. It was still entertaining. And I get why this is such a cult classic because we've watched some shit on this show. I will never, ever return to.
Yep.
That's just so damn bad. This is bad, and I'll watch it again because it was fun. I was laughing. It's like, oh my God, I laughed through the whole damn thing. Here,
why would you do that?
The teenagers that Steve McQueen passes on the road.
Yeah.
Now, this is so funny. They're driving along, and he's in a hurry to get this old farmer to the doctor, and he goes around him. And the teens in that car look at each other and says, well, he can't do that to us.
Right.
I'm like, what? He just fucking passed your slow ass. Well, that's just not acceptable. We'll show him. I'm like, what? And the next thing you know, they're all friends.
Yeah. Which I didn't see coming. Today, they would have had like some big fight and this and that and, really slowed everything down. But to me, I thought it was kind of cool that when those teenagers all start talking to Steve McQueen, you find out they all know each other. They all
yeah. Once they have a mutual hatred for the one cop.
Yeah, mutual hatred for the one guy. But it was kind of funny because they were all like, "Okay, what are you doing? Oh, where are you going? They were buddies. They were chums.
It was a funny scene, the racing backwards. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that was good.
I don't think any of that served to fuel the movie to make it go forward. It was oh shit.
That definitely came to a stop.
Yes.
Because you're supposed to be going to look around for the cop. Why the cop is sending a kid out to do investigative?
I know. You all go look and I'll go do this. And
but I guess a nice little podunk town in Pennsylvania back in 1958, you could have sent a kid out to go look for something.
Let's talk gun safety. I saw 2 cops stare down the barrel of a fucking shotgun. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Come on. It's the little things.
When the doctor, I don't know why he'd have a double barrel shotgun in his office.
Maybe he had some ornery patients.
Maybe. Well, it is Pennsylvania. You could have some bear walking through town. I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
And don't get me wrong, I liked Pennsylvania. I thought it was a very pretty state. So anybody who's out there watching Pennsylvania, don't think I'm busting your balls because I'm not. I actually like this state. But you guys got bears. You're like northern New Jersey. They just walk around wherever the hell they want. That's what they do. But I thought that was weird that he had a gun right there, like a double barrel.
It was on a gun rack.
It would have been different had it been like at his home.
Yeah.
I would have got that, but
his office looked like it could have been his home, though.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
It was a house.
Home office. Okay. I'll give you that. Never mind. Then I take
still
my criticism.
It's still valid.
But when he shoots the damn blob with a double barrel shotgun, it's like, really, dude, you just threw acid on it.
Yeah, and nothing happened. What's lead gonna do?
Didn't even slow down. It's like throwing water on it.
Yeah, it started getting really fast. It started eating people really fast. Now here's where I think, and this is probably budgetary and special effects issues. Today we could actually see it plow through the movie theater almost in slow motion, just sucking up row after row of people. But I mean, given what was there, it worked. Everything is in your head at that. You don't see a lot.
It grabbed a couple of people in that theater.
Oh, it did. But did you not think that was a big-ass theater? There must have been 1,000 people run out of that damn theater.
Easily. But they only had the one theater in the town.
Yeah, but everybody in town was there.
And yet half of the town was asleep. I'm not even sure what the hell time it was supposed to be.
I don't know.
Like I was thinking initially like 8 or 9 o'clock. When all the real trouble starts, when it really starts rolling.
Yeah, I think so.
But I wasn't sure. Like after a while, people are in bed, and then some people are at the theater. I'm like, did people go to the movie theater at 9 o'clock?
Oh yeah, 9, 11, 12. Yeah, there's
as a teenager in the 80s, I would go like.
Yeah, so I guess that just
maybe it just was what they did back then. But this could have been. This could be made into a spooky movie. I don't know if you could pull it off now and call it The Blob. You'd have to call it something else so people didn't go, really, The Blob? You're redoing The Blob?
Honestly, I think it could be completely redone. It could be. Here's what I would do. If I was to redo The Blob, I would start with a blank page and write a whole brand new script.
Right.
I would take everything that's been done and just throw it.
Right.
And not even go with anything.
Put it on space station.
And it would end with the landing.
Yeah.
And there'd probably be a little bit left in there to get away because you got to have a sequel. And that's kind of how this ends with the sequel.
That's where I think leads into the 1972 film. Because I want to say, if I remember correctly, I read it where the character who initially brings the thing out is in the Arctic. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
That's a direct sequel. Yeah.
They could have dropped it where the thing had crashed. Would have been.
Probably. To see that, you would have at least got rid of one problem.
Exactly. Kurt Russell would have made it out.
Or you would have created a whole new nightmare.
Oh yes, yes. I'm going to say this is a fun movie. There's not a lot to spoil. It's entertaining. 1958. It is a 50s movie.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I watched this and the whole time I'm thinking, this is bad, but I can't turn away.
Yeah.
There's been other movies. I'm just going to throw out House of a Thousand Cats or Night of a Thousand Cats. And I wanted to turn it off before the credits even ended, and that was 3 minutes in. Now,
texted you?
I know. It's like, God, this is horrible. And it was so horrible that it was a chore to watch. This, I was entertained the whole freaking time. I got me some popcorn. I was good, man.
It was almost like they were initially going to go for horror.
Yes.
And then they decided to teen camp it a little bit. That song, the theme.
Oh my God, the song is great.
It started out great, and then all of a sudden they start putting words to it. It's the blob and the blob. He's gonna.
And the blob goes flat, and the blob scoots across the floor. It's the blob.
Like, what the hell is that? They could have just left it an instrumental, but nope, they added words to it. By golly!
And that sets the tone for the entire freaking
movie. For the entire movie.
Yeah, I think they did that on purpose. I mean, I think they knew it was going to be campy, and it is. And like you said, it was just, let's churn this out. Let's go. And they have made their money on this.
There's two things I want to know. Two things. I want to know if you noticed. The towels that the doctor used to dry his hands with. They were paper towels, which is fine. But they were hung on a towel rack to dry. Kat looked over at me. She's like, what do you do? Use them and put them back?
I didn't see that. I just saw every doctor should have a bar of lava to clean up with.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I noticed was the lava.
I saw that. I did check out, what was it? I did check out Rotten Tomatoes at a suggestion just to throw this out as something that we do for movies. And I had never really thought about Rotten Tomatoes that much. I still don't. But this movie has a 68% tomato review with 31 regular reviewers, like actual people who and then a 52% audience of 25,000 people. And I thought, wow, that's really low. I mean, honestly, I enjoy the movie. I don't know how I would put my 2 cents in there because I've never really gone on to Rotten Tomatoes other than this time to look.
I can only give it a watch. I can only recommend it as a watch. I can't say, this is a 3-star or a 4-star because when you start picking apart the finer points of cinematography and direction and acting, this movie fails on many levels. But it's entertaining. It's entertaining.
And that's what we go by. We don't go by thumbs up, thumb down, 1 through 5, 1 through 10.
Yeah.
It's a
watch or not.
Watch it. I would absolutely. I think anybody our age and even younger who likes family is going to like this movie. It's got Steve McQueen in it. I mean, that's something.
Yeah, that still doesn't save it.
There is. Oh, you may not have noticed it because you haven't seen Forbidden Planet yet, right?
No, I have not.
Okay, there is a poster, and
I did see the posters on the wall.
Robbie the Robot poster.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I looked that picture up, and somebody did it. Like somebody had done a picture of it. It's the Vampire Robot poster.
Yes, I tried to find if that was a real movie.
It's not a real movie. I don't think.
No, it's not. I was disappointed.
Somebody did a poster, and I was like, somebody must have recreated that thing. And
I looked that up after I saw that. It's like, oh my God, this is one we got to put in our queue.
That's funny because I was going to put it in the queue if there's a movie, but I couldn't find a movie. It's like Robbie the Robot. There's a vampire. Wait, and there was a couple other ones like the Devil. What was it? The Daughter of Evil or something like that.
Yes,
was another one. It was just funny. I just
thought that movie theater had the smallest screen.
I know. It's like the size of my computer screen here.
It's like, I'm confused. I don't know what they were doing, but I don't know how, I don't know. I wonder if they just, I don't know. I don't know what they did.
I saw that last night and I'm like, that's really very small. Like,
yeah, it was very tiny.
It was all curtained.
Yes, it was weird. It's like, surely
little time. Go home and watch TV, kids.
Yeah, because that was about the size of the TV then. It's like, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't go to the movies until the 70s, and the screen was big. It was not little. So
right. I will tell everybody this one little thing. I had a cousin. He married into the family. Real quick, because it's movies and it's old, and you just brought up 1970s. His name was Bill Gunawitcha. Loved Bill. He was a good guy. And he took me and my sister Teresa to the premiere of Star Wars. I was about 9. I think I was 9 years old. I think it was before my 10th birthday. But I think we must have saw one of the previews, like the special audiences going. Because I remember some things, and I'm not going to get into it here, but I remember some things being done in this movie that anytime I saw it after that was not in the movie. So I think it may have been one of those big premieres, like, what did you think of this movie? What did you think? And God only knows how my cousin Bill got the damn tickets to it. But he was a pretty cool guy, and he could do weird stuff like that. Just show up and like, I'm going to take these guys to go see Star Wars. And I was like, yes! Because the only thing I saw of Star Wars was that damn commercial, and with the head of Vader turning around at that one point. And that was it. That's all they gave you. It's like, yes, I'm there. It was so cool. And I was the first kid in my school to go see it.
Awesome.
Win for me. Win for the nerd.
Hell yes.
I didn't know I was a nerd yet. I didn't know I was a nerd.
I mean, we're of the generation that can say we've seen the Star Wars movies in the theater. And up until recently, I'd seen them all in the theater.
Yep.
I did not watch the last one in the theater.
Yeah, I had given up by that point. I mean, I hoped it didn't work. Yeah. It did not work.
After the Mary Poppins, I just could not go see Star Wars. I was like, I just hope it's good. I'll watch it when it comes on TV, when I can rent it at home. So, that's enough about that.
Yeah, we won't get into that travesty.
No. But anyway, your final thoughts on 1958's The Blob.
I liked it. I really, like you said, there are so many things wrong with the script, with the lighting, with the set direction, with the acting.
Yes.
Everything is wrong with this movie, folks. Everything that you could
it shouldn't work.
Italy pick apart. You would just go, man, God, this is a horrible movie. But it's not a horrible movie. It's a bad movie.
Yeah.
But it's a bad, fun movie that, like Scott said, I'll watch it again. I will definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been years since I watched it.
Yeah.
And I remember the thing coming out of the camera lens holes in the movie theater. That's that I really remember as a kid. Like, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks, if you like bad movies, it's a good, fun, bad movie. If you watch it with a critical eye, you can sit there and go, oh, I could see how this could be scary. I could see how you could make a creepy movie out of this. Very easily.
Music and better direction. And what I mean by that is direct your actors.
Well, evidently, I've read somewhere that Steve McQueen, although this was like his first big movie, decided to be a drama queen on set. And he had I believe it. He had a 3-picture deal with this company, and they dropped him after this movie. They bought him out of his contract. And luckily, that big of a deal. Luckily, somebody saw him, and what the heck? Wanted Dead or Alive, I think, was the series he was in on television, where he's a bounty hunter.
Did the movie The Hunter spin off of that or something?
Yes. Yeah.
I love The Hunter. I've never seen this TV series.
He's supposed to be his descendant.
Okay, because that's a fun movie. I'm surprised we haven't watched it.
Not Dolph Lundgren. The android. He was the android in Blade Runner. Is that the movie you're talking about?
Rutger Hauer?
Yeah, Rutger Hauer.
All I remember is he had a muscle car, and there's a scene where he's after some guys in a cornfield, and they're on the combine, and he's throwing dynamite out.
I think that's the same movie. It's the same movie.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
We're going to have to watch all these movies.
We're going to watch them all.
We're going to be 90 years old doing this.
I hope so.
I
really fucking hope so.
I loved it. Look at the frog. Leave the comedy to the bears.
Real quick, I did see that coming. Well, this will probably air afterwards. Disney is doing a Haunted Mansion with the Muppets. It's a show, a movie or something. I don't know anything else.
Well, since they got rid of Frank Oz and they basically told him they don't want him around.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's
okay. You've said enough.
I have a problem. Well, I just have a problem with the way Disney's
right
wrenched control of the Muppets, and nobody there knows how to.
That's
they don't know the Muppets. They've destroyed Sesame Street because they didn't understand Sesame Street. They destroyed the Muppets because they didn't understand the Muppets.
Well, if you get rid of Frank Oz, for fuck's sake, you might as well not even have the Muppets.
Well, they got rid of the guy who did Kermit the Frog, the hand-picked guy that did Kermit the Frog a couple of years ago, because he was the only one ballsy enough to tell them, you don't understand the Muppets. And they were like, well, we're going to have this other guy do the voice. He's going, no, you're not. I'm Kermit. Because that's what they were all brought in to do. You are the character, until you die, this is yours. This is your guy. And he took it on himself. And then they turned around. Disney just tried to attack and lambaste the guy. But anybody who knows him was like, yeah, no, none of that was true. None of the shit they said about the guy was true. He was just pissed off because they were destroying the Muppets and he called them out on it.
Yeah, like he should.
Again, Disney.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I did not mean for that to go that way. I was like, oh, Muppet movie.
It was just, I would love, I hope somebody at Disney went, let's rehire Frank Oz. Let's go get him and ask, hey, I know. How about we ask the guy's son who created him? Let's see, maybe we get him back in here.
Yeah. See, and that happens with anything big, corporate, anything. So, final thoughts on 1958 Blob.
Already gave them to you.
Same.
Catch up.
Watch it. Watch it.
The Bears get it.
Yes, definitely. It's funny. It's fun. It's horrible. It's not a good movie, but God damn it, I couldn't turn it off.
No, it's entertaining. It is very entertaining. We've had movies like this before that are bad, but they're good.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say watch it. I would say definitely
Absolutely.
Watch it. Absolutely. You'll have fun. If nothing else, you'll have fun. Make it a drinking game.
Yes, make it. It could be interesting. So next week, since we are in our Halloween month, we've kind of inadvertently hit a theme going here of horror comedy. We're going to continue it. Yes, the Blob I find funny. Serial Mom was fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
I love that movie so much. And we are going to continue with another one of my favorites, which you haven't seen, is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It is not an old movie per se, but damn it, it's funny. And I think you're going to really love it. So please join us for that as we continue our Halloween month.
Very cool. Join us then.
Catch you later.
Bye.